Okay, so welcome to the very first episode of Your Gay Best Friend. I actually have this, which I am so horrible at doing things, but let's give this a shot. So I put this together. It's going to be in all my pictures, and it's probably backwards to everyone because that's who I am. Anyway, I am back with Ross. You are still in Singapore right now, correct?
I am. I'm very much still in Singapore, trapped inside our little Singaporean red dot bubble, but it's great to be here.
Ooh, red dot bubble. Well, speaking of red. Here in America, we are not so much red anymore, or
No,
not as
what a
red as
segue
we
that was.
were a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago. Woo! Okay, so I kind of took a break from the podcast and putting together a YouTube channel, mainly because it's been so depressing. Like, I've never been into politics before. I never was until 4+ years ago when Donald Trump ran for or said he was running for president, and everybody just wanted to see this train wreck come and go. And it just came and stayed and stayed and stayed. And we finally moved forward where we had a new inauguration yesterday, which for me, I consider my new year because everybody's like the weight seemed to have lifted from so many people's shoulders yesterday afternoon. It was like the ball dropped, the Bible came out, the Bidens like did their thing, and the Harrises did their thing, and it was like I don't know. Did you see any of the inauguration?
I did. I did. I saw most of it. I actually at one point, and it was during the president's address that it froze and stopped, and it stopped, and I thought, oh, is there something wrong? Is something gone wrong? And I just realized that like my hour was kind of up. Like the stream that I was watching from CNN just decided it only wanted to show me
Hmm.
an hour of live coverage for some reason, and it wanted me to just
Hmm.
restart the connection. But I really thought something had gone wrong. But I saw everything sort of up to that point, uh, and up to that point, it was really quite beautiful. I must say, I got a bit emotional watching Kamala Harris, take her oath, and just people being happy to be there, and being proud, and um, being feeling positive about things, and that was a
Right.
really nice change. It was just a nice positive occasion for once, to be
I
nice to look at that. It was really nice to watch.
Like most Americans, though, I paid more attention to Trump's send off because we like a good train wreck. But I did get to see parts of the inauguration with President Joe Biden,
Yeah.
and I did get to see Lady Gaga perform the national anthem, and then there was J-Lo performed as well. Um, she sang, and I didn't get to see that, but I will say the train wreck that happened before, where there were tens of dozens of people there to send off Donald Trump over down to my state of Florida. Yay. Um, and it was kind of funny because I was watching it on CNN, and the camera was kind enough not to pan back to the whole crowd. It was very focused on little areas of the crowd to make it seem like there were a lot of people there. But at one point, the camera backed up at the very end when he was getting on Air Force One for the last time, and you could see there were more people that stand in line for the Apple Store here
Oh,
than there were sending Donald Trump off. It was
that's
great.
that's
Um,
it's a very
it,
sad view, isn't it, when you think about it? They just couldn't be even bothered just to turn up to say goodbye to him, to see him off.
mhm,
So many people, and I saw some of the really high profile people, that have been part of his, and I'll say catastrophe, of the last
mhm,
4 years, and they had declined, to be a part of
yes.
that, and they said, "I'm sorry, I'm going to be busy that day," and they just didn't turn up.
Our, I think it was amazing that Mike Pence, Vice President, or now former Vice President Mike Pence, who I had very little respect for up until January 6th, where he actually stood up for America and the Constitution in writing, which was really nice, finally. But he said because of logistics, he was unable to make it to both Donald Trump's send off and the presidential inauguration at the White
Yeah.
House. And I was like, oh, I guess that's okay. You couldn't do that. You are the vice president. You could probably go from one side of the United States to the other in 3 hours, but whatever. But I kind of looked it up on Google Maps, and where Donald Trump was in Maryland at Fort Base Andrews to the White House and the Capitol, it was 14.1 miles in between.
Mm,
And Donald Trump's send off was from like 8 a.m., say to 9 a.m. And then you would have over 2 hours to get back to the Capitol steps. And you are the vice president, so you can go through barricades and you can run red lights and you can get where you want. It would have taken 28 minutes.
yeah.
Like at the time I
You checked
searched it
this on
yesterday
Google
afternoon.
Maps, didn't you? You did the
Yes, I
correct.
did. Yes, I did. And it said 28 minutes or 14.1 miles
Yeah.
to go from one location to the other. And but it was logistically impossible for the second most prominent, important man in the United States to get from
I,
A to
look,
B and
I,
couldn't do it.
I think there's a
I
little
find that
message
very
in
hard
that.
to believe.
I think there's a little message in that, and that
A
message
little
is,
message.
yeah. Look, and look, I'll be very honest. I know, and I'm not going to make any apologies for the statement. I know that Mike Pence, and I knew of him. I knew of him before he was the vice president. I knew of his work when he was a governor, and I had some reason to know him because he's a very very hateful and hurtful person. He's quite anti LGBT, as we know, and
Mhm.
he has really flexed his power when possible to hurt lots of people. Um, but saying that, um, I do think he knows. There are times when he just has to you know do the right thing when he can. And I'm
Mhm.
sort of glad that he's done it. I'm glad that there was someone involved in that circus that's actually, did the right thing. It was such a refreshing thing to do. I hope we don't ignore all of the other things that have gone on and all the other things that these people have
Mhm.
done. But it's really sad to think that somebody turning up to an event which every other person in that role has turned up to is now seen as
Mhm.
an amazing thing. It's like, oh wow, I can't believe he did that. Um, you think, well, yeah, he was actually just doing the right thing, the thing that was expected of him.
Right.
So it's
Mhm.
the bar has been lowered so much over the last 4 years. Look, I'm a particular fan of one Republican. I'm not really a fan of Republicans in general, but there's one Republican I do really admire Anna Navarro. She stood up quite early on,
Mhm.
before the election that Trump won. Well, one. Uh, that's a very
Well,
loose kind of, yeah. Let's not. We don't
okay,
have
but
to go
all
into
right.
that, do
So
we?
you bring up Anna Navarro. I love that you brought up Anna Navarro completely on your own because when I learned who she was, and this shows what type of a person I really am. So she started being a temporary co-host on a show called The View with Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, a couple of other like talking heads. It was an all-female show. It's been on here for like ever, over 20 years, I'm sure. And it was started by Barbara Walters, and it was this big deal. Well, anyway, she started about 4 years ago on The View as a talking head, and she was kind of like the Republican voice of things. And I learned who she was when she started making headlines about she got so enraged by
Mm,
the president being recorded saying the whole grab them by the,
yeah,
and what you're wearing on your shirt. How about that? So,
yeah.
like, I just think that's
Is
how
that
I knew
is that
there's so
helping?
many of them on your,
I know.
wow,
They're
there's
sitting
so
in a
many.
they're sitting in a
Oh, and
tree.
they're a tree. I
Yeah,
did not notice they were sitting in a tree. It's kind of
just
cute,
sitting in a
and we
tree.
kind of
No,
match. So I like that.
I can't stand up any straighter than that. Oh, sorry. I am standing, by the way. I'm not just getting up
Are
out of
you
my chair.
wearing pants? Are you
I
wearing
I
pants?
am wearing pants, but I'm actually standing right now, and I can't stand any taller. This is not
Are
physically
you
possible.
standing?
Yeah, I
Really?
stand at my desk
It's
quite
hard
a
to
lot.
tell.
What do you mean it's hard to
Oof, you're one of
tell?
those.
I am one of
You are one
those.
of those.
No, I work at my desk
Does
quite a
your
lot.
desk go up and
It
down? Does
does.
your desk go
It
up and
does.
down? It
Would
does.
you be would you
I'm not
do you want to
surprised.
come to, so go and do this with me, and we can go all the way. Actually, then you can see more of the shirt. There we go. Does
Aw,
that make
that's
sense?
cute. I like that.
Okay, I
Yes,
forgot about
I
that. Look,
like that.
I'm quite a technical person,
There
but
you
not
go.
when it comes to thinking about how things are possible. So there you go. There's my shirt. So yes, Anna
Okay.
Navarro. Oh, that's too high.
Mhm.
Um, let's go back down. See, look. Oh my God, it's all not working.
You're on
Um,
an elevator.
so this
What?
is
This is live.
so this
Shit.
is what happens when I think about Anna Navarro. No,
Mhm.
I knew of her
You get up?
before the election, and she was very confident and very adamant to say, look, she was, a Republican with Republican values, whatever that means, but she knew that Trump
Mhm.
wasn't, and I, you know, I'm very happy to say, sure, if I agree with you. I don't really know what a Republican stands for. I think that's one of the problems that I have, but I do believe that there are some people out there who really didn't want him in the party. He shouldn't have been in the party in the
Mhm.
first place. And the whole way through, those people have been quite consistent, and I'm very proud of those people. And even today. Even the comments, if you like, I follow her on Twitter, and the love and respect that she's had for the president and vice president that you have today is amazing. She sees this as a
Mhm.
much better option. She sees this as moving forward in a very positive way, and
Yeah.
she sees the humanity in what's been missing. So I'm quite touched by that. Even though
Right.
she says politically she sees things from a different way, and that's perfectly fine. But she believes people should be
Mhm.
treated much better than they really are.
Well, a big part of Joe Biden's speech yesterday was about unity and about bringing everybody together, which was very different than the
Yeah.
former administration's talking points and things that they wanted to, like the agenda they were trying to push. Had nothing to do with unity. It was very much a me situation. Look at me, look what I can do. Um, Big Republicans that are in the headlines and have a speaking voice where a lot of people are heard are very anti Donald Trump. Look at Meghan McCain. Meghan McCain, the daughter of late John McCain, was like, thank God he is out of office. Thank God Donald Trump is gone. We are done with him. We can move forward. Even though it's a Democrat and a Democratic overall House. And, like everything is majorly Democratic right now, which is good. I mean, look at what Georgia did. They were able to flip the switch from red to blue, which is great. Um, let's hope that not everything needs to be all blue and not everything needs to be democratic, but I would like there to be some real bipartisanship happening right now for the American people. With the pandemic going on, we do need here in America at least to kind of catch up with what other states and other countries are doing right now, where the last 8, 9 months they were supporting their people. They were supporting the people about like not throwing them out of their homes, like still putting a freeze on their educational loans, and just all these things. They were giving them a monthly stipend to live
Mm.
on because their businesses shut down. That's huge. We got um, a $600 check a couple of weeks ago, and then before that we got something, and
Yeah.
I think that was 1,200, and it was a one-time deal in like 9 months, and this is what we have fun,
Yeah.
like good luck, try to spread it out, and which is horrible. But I did want to mention something that you know um, Donald Trump was the first president since like 1876 who did not go to the inauguration of the new president and welcomed them in. He also was he had a 21 gun salute.
And
This is this really shows the
none of
whole
them
me
got
me
him.
me.
None of them got him. I thought that was really I thought that was really, really unfortunate. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think if his legacy is to have achieved a lot of firsts and to won and to win a lot of prizes, which is the really just the way he
Hmm.
sees things. He has done a lot of things that no one else has ever done before. He has won a lot of achievements in certain things, but they're just horrific, horrible things and horrible legacies that you would never
Right.
ever want to want to replicate, and that's fine if
The
that's
was it?
in his crazy mind. If he feels good about that, then that's fine. If we've seen the last of him, then I feel much better about it. I just want to go back to one thing you said about
Hmm.
which was the unity
Yeah.
thing. I think
Yes.
unity is a great thing, but the thing that I really do want to see is the unification of all of the criminals when they bring them together in court. I think that will be the time that I
Hmm.
think unity is really going to show. Like I know a lot of people are saying that that they just want to move forward and move forward with this, but I do hope people are, you know, the people who are not, you know, worried about fixing the issues with the pandemic and making sure that people are still alive and people are still able to have a roof over their heads and to feed their children. Those
Hmm.
people are obviously, you know, very important jobs to do. But the other people, and there are plenty of people, you know, in your good country that have a little bit of time on their hands, I'm sure, they could be putting together some cases for not only you know
Well,
the
right.
insurrectionists, but all the other people that were doing criminal things. And it's
Well,
very obvious.
I think the vegan teachers should get together and make sure that she makes sure that, the shaman goes ahead and gets his organic food.
I
Let them eat cake.
well,
I think that's
it
fine.
has to be
Let
organic
them do
cake.
whatever. Give him whatever he wants for his last meal before we fry his ass. Anyway, all right. So, I kind of found this very interesting. Also, Donald Trump was the first president in so many years not to have a dog in the White House. Now we
Yeah.
have two dogs in the White House. I believe I know one is adopted from several
Hmm.
months ago. I think it's a German Shepherd, um, and his name is Major, which was amazing. I mean, that was what I think a president should be. It should be the face of the American people, the person with the dogs and the kids and who you would want to represent you.
Well,
I
hang
don't
let me
think
just
we
stop for a
wanted
second because you don't have to have kids. You don't
no,
have to, you know. But
no,
I think the least you can do
no, but if the
is have
majority
a
of
dog.
Americans have kids, then if the
Just
majority of
you're
Americans
saying this
have
as a
kids, they
father.
want someone with
You're
kids.
saying this as a father. I'm going to point my finger at you like in that photo that I know you published. But I know you're saying this as a father. But I think there was that there was a movie, wasn't there? And I can't remember who the actor was. But somebody played you know, the president of the United States, and he was single. And
Mm,
it was about him, you know, finding love and all of this kind of stuff. It was I don't even remember if I even
mhm.
watched it properly, but I think it's to me someone in that position of power and leadership needs to just prove that they have you know, an understanding of humanity and have a heart.
Right.
And look, if you've got a bundle of kids and grandkids, you know, like Joe Biden does, that's brilliant. If you don't, but you still have, you know, loving people
Oh,
around you, that's fine as well. But the least you
definitely.
can do is have love for a
Definitely.
dog, you know, and have something something
Right,
you
right.
know, and
Did
thinking
we
that,
even
you know, a dog will just love you, you know, regardless of what
mhm.
happens. I think that might have helped, you know, Donald in his
And
hours of need, because you know, any of the
totally
Melanias weren't there. They weren't coming to help
no.
him. So I don't really see why he didn't get a dog. That doesn't really sit
I look,
right
he
with
was
me. I
too
don't understand it.
busy. A dog would have interfered with his TV watching time and eating fast food in his bed. Like that just is what it is. I
Oh,
mean, and he has said that's what he does. So whatever.
come on, your
Um,
dogs don't
okay,
stop you from doing any of those things.
no, that's true. And I don't have a fleet of people that can take my dog out for me either. So and take them on
Exactly, and
walks.
you survive
But
perfectly fine.
whatever.
You
maybe.
do very fine
Okay,
with everything you've got.
so, so I was looking into other things that Donald Trump didn't have that other presidents did, and it just kind of came up that um, there's usually like a White House. At least this is from my childhood. I remember like Ronald Reagan was really big on jelly beans, so there was like the official. There would always be jelly beans around for President Reagan, and
Really?
then his wife. Yes, jelly beans were like huge for the president.
Wow.
So all year long there would be bowls of official uh, presidential jelly beans out. So anybody that would come into the White House would have jelly beans, and there would be little packets of
That's
jelly
kind of
beans
cute.
with the presidential seal on it. It is. It is. It makes you
Yeah.
more relatable as a person. And then Nancy Reagan was giving out M&Ms to kids when she would go out and do her reading, um, her piece of what her platform was for the first lady. Like I believe it was the library and reading with children and say no to drugs. So it was eat M&Ms, not cocaine. I don't know,
We'll
but
give you sugar.
like, so, yeah, we'll give you the different drug. Um,
The other
we'll give you the
poison.
legal stuff. Yeah. So I thought that was really neat. And in the spirit of Joe Biden's speech of unity and how he is in the process this week of signing all these executive orders, one of the executive orders on the docket, I believe for today, the 21st of January, has to do with appealing the idea of no transgendered in the military or the armed forces. That's going to be a huge thing that's on the docket. I believe it was today, if not sometime this week, that he was signing an executive order to allow that to happen. I think he already signed something concerning restrooms. Like if you are
Yeah.
the if you identify as a certain gender, that is the public restroom you are allowed to use. So he's reversing that stuff. But in the eye of unity, about 2 months ago, I want to say, I received something in the mail, which was kind of neat. I didn't think I would get this. This is not sponsored, but um, I'll show you what it is
Yeah,
because I
I'm getting
think
panicky
Joe
thinking
Biden,
about it.
I think got it right here. I think Joe Biden should look at this as maybe the new official White House candy of some sort.
Okay.
So Oreo was nice enough to send me.
Oh
I don't
my
know if you
Lord.
can
I
see it.
can
It's
see
the
that.
Unity, like it's the LGBTQ plus communities version of um, Oreos. So I thought these were really neat. It came in a bunch of like things to kill the environment. And hold on. So it was like a lot of fun, multicolored confetti that's sitting in here that will get all over the place, so my dog can eat and I can pull it out
Oh,
of the
sorry, I
house.
thought that was just false news.
And
No, okay.
and Oreos. And what I think about the Oreos that's really cool, and they were just again really just nice enough to send them to me. And I figured I would finally open these because I finally feel like celebrating something. And hopefully a little ASMR on this. On the back, they have "Let's Stick Together." I didn't even notice this. Oreo stickers adhere best to smooth, flat surfaces like notebooks and laptops. Sweet. And there are actually three different pride flags
Oh,
that are
wow.
stickers that you can take off and put on your laptop or notebooks or whatever, which I think is really, really cool. And if I heard this correctly, because again, I have not opened these before, so this will be your first. Please be true, and not just some false advertising. Because these are completely free. It's true, damn it. It's true. Okay, so they were just sent to me as a promotional thing. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard to see. They are rainbow colored Oreos.
Oh,
Like
wow.
the creams are, I just think this is amazing. My understanding is they're just food dye. However, I mean, come on. Red, like, I know you can't see this. I get it. There's a purple. You got to trust me on this because I think there's like a blue and a purple there. We'll get something you might be able to see. There's a yellow.
I,
There's a yellow.
do they taste different?
Um, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's just food dye. There's the green, but I mean, hey, this one's kind of an orangish color. It might match your hair.
Oh
Like,
wow.
that's
Okay.
kind of cool. Come on.
It's
I
just
mean, I
we'll
thought that was
call it
the
a
coolest
we can
thing
call it a
ever.
Rorio.
Ruh-roh. So I just thought that was the most amazing thing, and
That
in
is
like in
that
the
is
spirit of
a pretty sweet
celebrating
gift
something
that
on
they
Earth,
gave you.
right?
That is
Like
pretty cute.
I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I would love to share these with you. However, you are in
I'm
Singapore,
a little bit far
and
away.
that is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no one knocking at my
Um,
door delivering me a box of these. This is not happening. I
I
just
was so excited. You have no idea. Like, okay, so ever since we started this platform together, and then before that, when it was just your gay best friend was just me sitting in a room with a microphone with no camera.
no Oreos.
Oops, no Oreos. No one was sending me shit. Um, like, there's this podcast out there called "She's Just Not Okay." No, she's not doing well. She is not doing well. It's another gay podcast that sent me a shirt. I just think the community is getting together. A lot of the LGBTQ friendly podcasters are uniting over on Instagram, so check that out. You can see who I'm following. It's all positive, you know, for the community stuff. So you can check us out. Instagram, I believe it's your gay best friend. The email, if you have questions for either one of us, because we plan on doing this several times a week at this point, like at least twice.
Well, I'm not
We'll
going to
be able to
continue
do
doing
this.
this if I don't get the Oreos sent to me. Like this is just not. I'm not going to sit here
Well,
watching you keep eating the Oreos. That's just not. It's not. That's not going to
all right.
last long. I'll tell you.
So Oreo, if you want to send Ross some Oreos, or if you want to send him anything, you want to know where to do that, or ask us any kind of questions, you could
Don't
totally
just send them.
email
Don't
us.
just send them to him.
Send them to Orlando, Florida. No, so you can email us at yourgaybestfriend@hotmail.com. And every time I say my email address for this, I just I think of 90s, 80s cheesy radio stuff where they're like, join us on yourgaybestfriend@hotmail.com where the mail is hot. Whatever. But that's what keeps popping and playing in my head every time I say at hotmail.com. So definitely email us. All the information will be linked down below. I'll even put Oreo's website and their information for Instagram on here because they posted about this as well, which I think is amazing. Um,
You just
yeah,
think
I think
you're like the next Nancy Reagan. This is what I like. You got a
yes,
better
yes.
idea than
I
Nancy.
want Joe Biden to have Oreos in the White House. I know chances are he's going to have an ice cream bar because that's what he was known for when he was vice president with President Obama. Like they used to go out for ice cream. There are a couple of really cool pictures of the both of them eating ice cream out of an ice cream cone. How more American can you get unless that ice cream was covering an apple pie? Like you couldn't get any more American than that. So I am yes. Do you want to see Oreos as the next official candy or cookie or food item of the White House in the United States? Please let us know. Or if you have a better idea, who else can do it? So Ross, I think we gotta go
You're
because
going to go and just
I'm
eat.
losing my
You're just
mind.
going to go and eat
I'm
all
gonna
of
eat
those
Oreos.
Oreos. That's the truth
Hmm.
here. This is what we have to
Yes,
deal
I
with.
need yes, because I'm not going to bore you or
I'm not
make
going
you
to sit
feel
here and
any
watch or
more
stand
worse
here and
that
watch
I have a
that
whole
going to
thing of
happen.
Oreo.
That's not going to happen.
All right, guys, we have to go, but I thank you very much, and we will see you sooner than later. I'm sure, Ross. Thank you so much. This is one of the better conversations I've had with you
I,
in a while.
because you've got some Oreos, and you can
I
see
got the
me.
Oreos. I
You can
got
see me
yes.
salivating here, going, "This is not really fair." I can see why you're enjoying this. I'm glad you
Well,
had
once the
fun.
U.S. mail opens up again, and we can send you stuff over in Singapore
I
out of your red bubble.
see. I see. You can. Okay, you got something to blame. I love it. I love it. No, it's been great.
Yes. All right, guys.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
great day.
Bye.
We will talk to you soon.